Well, if you're like me and you have a lot of camera gear, or you find yourself in a situation like I was recently where I lost all my camera gear because a thief stole most of it, we're going to talk about this little device here. It's called an AirTag. And how can this help you retrieve your gear or find your gear? Well, let's talk about it. So today we're going to talk about AirTags, this little guy right here, how we can attach it to our cameras, our lenses, and put them in our bags to track those in case of an unfortunate accident like what happened to me, where the gear gets stolen. And this was a lesson learned for me on attaching these to the camera and the lenses. So I did use AirTags prior to the theft, but the way I used them was I just put them in my flight stuff. I put it in my luggage, one of them in my luggage. I had one in my camera bags that I put on the plane, but I didn't have it on the cameras, the lenses themselves, and I didn't have it in my case that was inside my vehicle, because my thought was at the time was, it's on me all the time. I have it. You know, nobody's going to steal it when I'm sitting next to it. I just didn't think somebody would break into my house and steal it. So now my policy is these guys go on everything that's of value whatsoever. I'll have one on the camera, I'll have one on the lens, I'll have one in the bag. Anything that I feel that's got any type of value, I will have an AirTag on it. So what we're going to talk about is what is an AirTag, how does it work, how to set one up, and different types of items that we can put these in to attach them to our cameras and our bags. So what is an AirTag? Well, this little guy right here, this little device. This one's made by Apple. So if you have an Apple ecosystem like an iPhone, a MacBook, an iPad, things like that, then you want to use an Apple AirTag. If you use a Samsung Galaxy and Windows, things like that, Samsung makes the same type of device, but it's called a SmartTag. And there's a few others on the market, but those are the two main ones. And Samsung SmartTags and Apple AirTags work pretty much the same. And what do? Well, they're just that. They just locate a device. So if I attach it to my camera right here, and it goes somewhere else and I get this guy attached, it will tell me where it is throughout the place, just like doing a Find My Device. So if you've got trying to find your phone with another phone, things like that, or you can locate it. I have one of these on my car keys, and if I've dropped it in the couch, I didn't know it, and it got between the cushions, and I didn't know that, I can walk around with my phone, and I can tell it to alert too, and the little AirTag will start making noise, and I can find my keys. It works kind of the same way, except for the noise and the dinging, if you're trying to locate your equipment. So you can look on your phone, say Find My Device, and it will show you where a device is. So again, if I had this, when my gear got stolen, I probably could have located it because I noticed the theft real shortly after it happened. I probably could have found the guys, I got the police on them to recover my gear, but I didn't. And alas, I had to settle the insurance and buy all new gear. Okay, now let's show you how to set an AirTag up. It's very, very simple to set these up, and the Samsung Galaxy is pretty close to this. So the first thing you do is go ahead, and this has a little piece of plastic on here. Go ahead and take that off. It's on the outside of it. Then from here, there's a little tab, little plastic tab. All you do is pull that little guy out, and it'll make a noise. So from here, what you'll see on your phone, it'll show you your AirTag, and it'll say connect. All you do is click connect. Then you can give it a thing. I'm going to call it a camera because we're going to attach it to this Z9. Hit continue, hit agree. It's going to go connecting. Give it a few seconds to connect up. Now it shows it. So now I can hit done. All right, now we're going to rename this AirTag because I'm going to put it on the Z9. We'll show you how I'm going to mount it on there. So we're going to rename this AirTag to Z9. Right now it's called Me Camera. So just tap it once on here. Scroll down here to the bottom. You'll see Rename Item. Hit Rename Item. Click right there. Delete that. And we're going to call this Nikon Z9. Hit Done. And there we go. So now this guy, if you'll look on here, is tracking my AirTag. Now, anytime I hit my Find My, it's going to show you where this AirTag is. Once I attach my Z9, now I'll know where my Z9 is at all times. Now let's talk about different ways to attach the AirTag to your cameras, your lens, and your bags, how to put them in there. I found a few items that I like that I wanted to use to attach these on here, and you guys probably can find a lot more out there because there's a ton of different cases for AirTags, different ways to do it. But these are the ways that I found that I'm going to attach them to my gear. But if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and I'll love to see those. I'd love to know more about them. And the first one is right here from this little item made by SmartTags, and it's a quick release Arca Swiss plate is what it is. So inside the little case here, if you open it up, what you get is a set of Allen wrenches, Allen keys, and you get a plate right here. Very simple to use these guys for these AirTags, and I'll show you how to put it together. So let's get inside here, and there is a small wrench and a larger wrench inside this case. We're going to need the smaller one to start with. So this little bottom of it, this goes to your camera side on this rubbery side plate, and this back side here is where the AirTag is hidden. So let's take this plate off. Use a smaller wrench here and take it off. Okay, now that we've got all four of those screws off, and you will need this tool because this little star wrench here, it's itty bitty, that you're going to take these off. So turn it upside down, take the little top plate off. So from here, all you do is take your AirTag, make sure the Apple logo is facing the top. I don't think it really matters that much, but that's the way I saw the diagram. Drop it in there, put this plate back on, and then screw all four of these little screws back in here. So let's get that done. Okay, we've got all those little screws in there, and they are a pain in the butt. They're so small. All right, now that we've got all these screws tightened down, we can attach it to the camera. Again, this is just an Arca Swiss plate. Works really good. So we turn the Z9 over, drop this plate right on here, and I'm going to put this plate going this way. Get her in there. And now we'll use the larger wrench that came with this set. And just screw it in here, pretty simple. Get her leveled out where she's straight. Tighten her down pretty good. So now my Z9 has the small rig plate with the AirTag holder in it. So now the AirTag's attached to the camera. Now I can know where my Z9 is at all times. And this is a kind of hidden compartment, so a thief, if he steals it, he may not know that it's tagged right there. So he's going to have to take this off. Now, I'm also going to attach an AirTag to my lens. So here is the 180 to 600 lens. And I have a couple options for this guy. And let me take this strap off real quick so it doesn't get in the way. I have a couple options on this guy that I found to attach the AirTag to the lens itself. Now, I could use another one of these Arca Swiss plates right here on the 180 to 600. But right now I have an Arca Swiss plate on here, a longer one, for putting this on a gimbal. And what you'll see is the difference in length of the plate I have here and the small rig plate. For balancing a gimbal, you want a longer plate on here, just like the lens foot is fairly long also right here. But my intent later, I haven't done it yet, is to replace the foot on this lens with a Arca Swiss foot so I don't have to have this extra weight of this foot right here. So since I'm not going to use one of these small rig plates for the foot on here, I need a different way to attach it. So I found two items, and one is from a company, I'll show you here real quickly. It's made by Elevation Labs. I found this one. It's called the Tag Vault Fabric one, and this is what it looks like. And it's got a little spot here that you can take off the top where you put your AirTag in, but the rest of this is malleable. It's fabric, and it has a 3M sticker on the back. So you can take the top of it off, drop your AirTag here, put it back on. And the thought for me on this one is, for a lens, is to attach it somewhere here on the lens hood. Now, this is visible to somebody else if you have a colored camo. If you have a black lens, this would blend in a little better, or if you had a black camo pattern. But I always use the winter camo patterns, not because I'm trying to hide stuff in winter. These lens coats, which we'll talk about it in the next video more, is more about protecting the lens. A lot of folks like the skins on them, which are good, like I have on my laptop, but those still will take dings and bumps. The neoprene covers, to me, have a little more of a shock and scratch abrasion compared to the skins. Skins will be a little more scratch, but I do go into rocks a lot, so this helps more. Now the second option I had is this guy right here. It's a case made by Pelican. It's called the Marine Waterproof Stick-On. And why I got this one is it's waterproof and it has a 3-inch sticker on the back. So let's get this guy out of the package real quick and we'll look at it. So this is it. It's the Pelican Marine Waterproof case for the AirTag. Very, very nice, very well made. Pelican makes awesome stuff. Okay, these little guys are a little hard to open, so you just pull them apart. You just slip them out like that, but you may need to get a little flathead screwdriver to get that open. So once you got it open, again, very simple. Get another AirTag here. This one's not activated, but all you do is drop this guy in here, put the case back on, line the little tabs up, and close it, and that's that simple. Close it up, and then you can attach it to your camera or your bag, whatever you want to attach it to. So now, where would I attach this one on the lens? Well, with this 180 to 600, I don't have a lot of options on this guy. I can attach it back here or on the lens hood because you'll see it rocks. It doesn't fit flush because this is flat and it's fairly wide. So it won't fit there. So the only place you have to attach it would be on the lens foot, but you have to have a wider, flatter lens foot on here. So this one really won't work on this 180-600, but my 400 prime with the replacement foot, I can put it on the lens foot. If I put it on this one, which I couldn't carry it. So this one won't work on this lens, but what will work is this Elevation Lab one right here, which I'll put it, more than likely what I'm going to do is put it on the side and put it right here. And that's where it's going to go for the lens. So that's where this one's going to go. So these are the 3 items that I'm using to attach them to my cameras: the Elevation Fabric Lab one, the Pelican Marine Waterproof one, and the Arca Swiss plate. Now for the bags, I won't use Arca Swiss plates, so set that aside. The bags, I'll use these two. I'll either put the Pelican Waterproof one in, and this will go in bags that I have that I'm going to take out hiking. So all the bags that I'm hiking that can get wet or get rained on, that's where this one, Marine, is going to go in. The bags that won't get wet or maybe not get dunked in water would be this Elevation Labs fabric one. And I'll put them in places where I can hide them. So like in my sling bag, there's already one in here. There's several little compartments in this bag that I can put things in. So I've got this one put in a spot where people probably can't find it, and it's stuck inside, so it's going to stay. So if I take gear in and out or shake it, it won't come flying out of here. I could have put either one of these in here. I actually have one of these Elevation ones in here because this bag probably won't get wet. The other bags, like my hiking bags, that's where this Pelican one goes in. But that's the way I'm using to attach these in the bag. There's a lot more options out there. There's keychain ones options. There's other types of cases made by other people. But this is the one that I found was waterproof. Now, what do all these things cost? The Small Rig, the Pelican, and the Elevation Labs, and the AirTags themselves. Well, let's start with the AirTags. So the AirTags are 30 bucks a pop. Kind of expensive, what you think, but again, $30 for base price is not that expensive when you're talking about a $5,000 camera or a $12,000, $13,000 lens. But the way to buy the AirTags is to do it with this right here, is to buy it this way. Buy it in the 4-packs. So in the 4-packs, like right now, you can find this at Best Buy and Amazon. You can find these for $70. So instead of being $30 a piece, well, they'd be $120. You get these for 70 bucks for 4 of them. That's the way to go. Get them in the 4-packs. And so for the Small Rig, this little guy right here, the plate, the Small Rig little setup is $25. You can buy this pretty much anywhere. These, I haven't seen a group rate pricing on them yet, but I'm sure somebody has them. But this guy cost $25, and I bought it at Stewart's, and it cost $25 from Amazon and from Small Rig. There's not any breaks that I've seen on those. So for the Elevation Labs and the Pelican little cases here, they are both $34 for a 4-pack. Man, this is what the package looks like for the Elevation Labs. The Pelicans come in a little zippered with this type of casing right here. Really nice. But those are $34 for a 4-pack of those guys. So it's not that expensive for these solutions right here. And there are a lot more. So again, tell me what solutions you're using to attach your stuff to your camera or your bags. And I'd love to hear them, see what you guys are doing. But that's the way I'm attaching my gear, and it goes on everything. And the thought process is I've got one on the camera, one on the lens. So that's doubled up right there. So there's 2. So if they do steal it, they would have to take the AirTag off both of these, and I'll have one in the bag, whatever bag or case that's in. So now there's a third one in there. And any other piece of camera gear that I have in here will have one of these three things or a different type of it, maybe a keychain or something on it. So also on my bags, I have a keychain. I don't have it on this one right now, but I have a keychain AirTag holder with another AirTag. And there's two reasons for that. The first one is to throw thieves off. So if they steal the bag and they see the AirTag, they'll take and chunk that AirTag thinking they got it, but there's another one inside the bag hidden. But the other reason is in case somebody else finds the bag that's an honest person, just found it, it got lost or things like that, they can actually scan the AirTag and it'll have owner information on who owns that AirTag, and they can contact you, reach out to you, say, I found your bag or whatever, if they're an honest person. But that's my setup for AirTags. Hopefully that helped you knowing how to set the AirTag up, how to use the AirTag, different options to install it on your cameras. But I thought this would be a really good video for you guys because I had to go look a lot of this stuff up. I had to go find all these different pieces of devices by just Googling them up and things like that and doing some YouTube searches and, you know, and different ways to use the AirTags or what other people thought. But that's the way I'm using them. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. It's been helpful for me because now I've got my gear. I'm a little more peace of mind. If this gets stolen again, I can find it hopefully. But anyway, guys, that's about it for today. So until next time, as always, get outside and go run that shutter.